All right, so I'm going to go over the circle. So I'm going to do the classic thing. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, then we're going to do it, then I'm going to tell you what we did. So this is a Yule ritual, and we are, the core of the ritual is to, through meditation, go to an inner still place and find that which is ready to be released. Yule is the time of year when we burn the Yule log, which was, at Ffynnon, our tradition is it was the Beltane. And the ashes from this fire will be scattered around the property at Imbolc to complete the carbon cycle, to return the tree all the way back to the land. At this point on the wheel of the year, we are in the place of the longest night. That's where we're symbolically headed, and that's the place of introspection. And so when we go in the meditation, the idea is to find something that you're ready to release, to let go of in the Yule fire, and then we will write that thing down, or that symbol, or whatever it is, and we'll offer it to the fire individually and let it go. And then there will be a simple asperging blessing afterward to put us on the right foot for the year going forward. Other than that, it's a typical paganish-esque ritual. There will be a circle cast. The elements will be brought in, and then we'll each have an opportunity, if we wish, to bring in a particular goddess, god, godua, whatever you find spiritual and holy, if you want them to be here and stand close to the circle. The only request is that if you invited them in, it's your responsibility to thank them and let them go on their way. So if you call somebody in, remember who that is at the end of the ritual.
By our will with living light.
By our will with living light.
We cast this circle, strong and bright.
We cast this circle, strong and bright.
Sorry, I don't walk very loud. Between the worlds, safe and free.
Between the worlds, safe and free.
As we will, so mote it be.
As we will, so mote it be.
Powers of the air, we call on you. Breath of life, we call you. Healing light, we call you. Be here now.
Be here now.
Powers of fire, we call you. Flame of will, we call you. Purifying fire, we call you. Be here now.
Be here now.
Powers of water, we call you. Blood of our ancestors, we call you. Waters of creation, we call you. Be here now.
Be here now.
Powers of earth, we call you. Stone of eternity, we call you. Foundation of the world, we call you. Be here now.
Be here now.
Now we will welcome the goddesses and the gods and all their sacred beings to the circle I call Dionysos Lysios, he who is my god, and also Hecate Ereshkigal, Gal, it's the center of the wheel. Fire, fire, burning bright, sacred circle, solstice night. Fire, fire, burning bright,
Sacred circle, solstice night. Fire, fire, burning bright. Sacred circle, solstice night. Fire, fire, burning bright. Sacred circle, solstice night.
Fire, fire, burning bright.
Sacred circle, solstice night.
Fire,
Fire, burning bright. Sacred circle, solstice night.
Breathing. And it begins with inhale and hold. Exhale and hold. Box breath. Inhale and hold. Exhale and hold. Inhale and hold. Exhale and hold. Continue breathing slowly and rhythmically. And allow your consciousness to follow your breath into your core, right? Let your breath settle on top of your bones and then into your bones. Let your consciousness gently descend into your body where you are safe and you are loved. This is the place of beginning. Take a moment and breathe into that core, into that gravity of your belly. Now, when you're ready, I invite you to let your consciousness find the center of that space. And there, in your core, imagine a seed, the seed of a tree. It's the seed of your tree. It can be any kind of tree, but it is yours. And allow your consciousness to rest around that seed and ask it to germinate, to begin, to gently open and send down that first tip of a root, curling out, and those first two tiny cotyledons, that just the smallest opening. And from that opening, you can feel this force, this life going up and down. And at the speed of you, this tree grows. The roots descend from that core into the earth and into the ground of your being, down, down, even as the trunk begins to go up, up, toward your crown and toward the living light which always resides there above. And the roots are down and the trunk rises up, and this tree grows in the living light of your own spirit, here between the worlds, protected by the elements and witnessed by the gods. You are safe. Your tree is strong. And the tree grows, and your awareness grows with it, up, drawing down that brilliant light, which is light itself, living, pure, eternal, and simultaneously down and spreading First tens, then hundreds, then thousands, then millions of roots reaching out and down, deep into your core. In the center of the center, there is a still place. Wherever that is for you, allow your consciousness to rest there on this tree, within it. Anything you may hear falls away. Anything you may feel, there you are. There you are, in this core. This is your place of knowing. Allow this, in this moment, in this ritual, to be the home for your soul. There you are. And now from this place, imagine this past year, the full circle of the sun, the last 365 days, 1 year of your life from that day to this. And in that time, take a moment, and first, we will allow ourselves to see that which has been a trial to us. This may be a difficult step, but you are safe and strong. What has been a trial to you, allow it to present itself to you in whatever image you need to see. It may be more than one thing. Whatever it or they are, just allow them to present themselves to you. When you are ready, take a breath in and relax and let the image of the trial fade. When you're ready, now imagine in this last year that which has been a joy to you. And for some, for me, that can sometimes be harder than the trial. Harder to see. But whatever has been a joy to you, allow that to present itself in this beautiful, sacred space of your soul. Allow your joy to come to you now. feel your joy? Can you see it? When you are ready, take a breath in and exhale, and allow the image of your joy to fade. The next place is the unfinished. From the core, allow the image or images of that which is unfinished in this last year to present it or themselves to you. This is not a place of judgment. This is your soul giving you an image of that which is in process. Now take a breath in and allow the unfinished to gently fade. Take a moment and just be. You are you. Beautiful, holy, capable, I will now ask 3 questions, which are really one question. And I invite you to sit with yourself and allow whatever comes to you, honestly, to come. Remembering that this is a rite of release as well as renewal. The first question to your souls, which you ask yourselves, of these things, which will continue, which will move next year into action? Of these things, which will be released as no longer your way? And third, which will you continue to sit with, not judging, but opening to inspiration, up to whether to allow them to stay or to go. And now, put those things in memory which are to be released. I'm going to give you a bay leaf and write whatever word or symbol you wish on that leaf. And when you're ready, there's no hurry. Using your own magic, your own will, release that which is to be let go of into the solstice fire. Let the energy go, to be renewed. When you're ready, in your own time. Of a tree, stand or fade as you will. But that connection between the light and the ground of being is forever. It's always there with you. It's there for all of us. This is really dry, so it's going to burn like crazy. Well, maybe not like crazy. So this is a piece of our Yule log. Like I said earlier, well, let me tell you a little bit more about it before we burn it. We harvest, those of you who don't know, we harvest at Beltane a tree out of one of our groves. It's a tree that we spend some time with throughout the year, and it lets us know, yeah, it's me. And it's a live tree. And when we do that, we recognize that we are taking a sacrifice from the land. Part of the reason that we do that is because as human beings, we have to acknowledge that we take up space on this planet and that we are part of the life and death cycle. Life and death are two sides of the same thing. And it's error to not recognize that human beings, part of what we do, just like every other living thing on this planet, is we consume, right? We're part of a cycle of things. And so we take the tree as sacrifice and we use it in our magic. So we raise a a bell pole, right? And we dance the Maypole, and we connect heaven and earth through energy, and we tie ourselves to the life cycle of the tree, right? We recognize that the tree and we are the same thing, right? We're here for a while like the tree is here, and then we won't be like the tree. But also like the tree, nothing is ever truly gone. And so that bell pole is taken down at Samhain, and we cut it up into logs that we stack around our ancestor altar, right? And so the living tree, now in pieces, supports our connection with the other world, is literally the vehicle for the gateway between us and the ancestors. And so we're remembering that step and that connection. And then here at Yule, we take those pieces from the Ancestor Shrine and we burn them in the Yule fire, transforming them and letting their light guide us through the darkest night. Again, that image of connection and eternity. And when the log burns and is reduced to ash, come spring, we scatter the ashes around the property. And that completes the whole carbon cycle, and it ties the sacrifice right back to the new trees in the grove, and everything is renewed. And for every tree that we take, we plant 3. And that's the other half, is that though human beings are by nature, because we're alive, we participate in the life-death life cycle, we don't have to be rapacious. We don't have to just eat. We can live in balance and renew. That's part of our stewardship, and that's what we're committed to here and as a community. And so we offer this tree, once alive, this last year, and that stood as our bell pole, and that supported our ancestor altar. You can tell it's got the funk on it. And we offer to the fire, the Yule fire, that its light may guide us and connect us. Oh, and warm us. But in the meantime, because we released something into this fire, and we've been in a very sensitive place, let's have a blessing.
By lavender, by salt, and by bay. Blessings. Lavender, salt, and bay. Yuletide blessings on your way. Lavender, salt, and bay. Yuletide blessings on your way.
We are at the close of our rite. Nothing remains but to thank the gods, dismiss the quarters, and open the circle.
Powers of earth, stone of eternity, foundation of the world, we thank you. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
Powers of water, blood of our ancestors, waters of creation, we thank you. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
Powers of fire, flame of will, purifying fire, we thank you. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
Powers of air, breath of life, healing light, we thank you. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
We thank this circle of light.
Thank this circle of light.
For serving us this Solstice Rite.
For serving us this Solstice Rite.
Open yet unbroken be.
Open yet unbroken be.
By our will, we set you free.
By our will, we set you free.
The circle is open yet unbroken. Merry meet,
merry
merry
part,
part,
and merry meet
again.
So it is morning in the forest and in a little glen by a great old oak tree, the impkins rouse to do those things that must be done in any primitive sort of little forest huddled against the roots of an oak tree. The older impkins go out to get the water, the firewood, and the parents go and leave their little ones with Sunshine, who sits upon a rock above a tiny clearing. In the summer, Sunshine absorbs all the heat, but in winter that heat goes into the rock and radiates out to the little impkins. The parents love Sunshine. Sunshine teaches the little impkins their stories, their words, and about the world about them, and watches to make sure that they are safe. Sunshine can be passed around within their world. But of course, the forest is not a safe place, ever. For little impkins like such, undergrowth patrols all the little trails around, making sure the mushroom sprites, they're out there in the forest, for those of you who have seen them. And the impkins and all are safe, and should a fox or a coyote or a vole come and threaten the little ones, undergrowth lets them know that they are under protection, and every so often will hiss a fiery breath. And high above, because even above, storm cloud hovers, searching always for the birds of prey that would love to stoop and grab an impkin up away. And so, in harmony and love and caring, do the impkins, the mushroom sprites, keep their lives together. Prepare for Solstice Eve and the shortest night where all will play and enjoy themselves. This story is done.
I thought you said Pooh Bear. I was like, what?
I could be a Pooh Bear.
Better known as Pooh Bear.
So, we are, a few of us are in the middle of putting together a song to be danced around the fire, to be sung, to be played, to be participated in, a community song. And so Josh, myself, my buddy Russ, will be pulling others in. Other musicians, we may have a couple of them. We may have a couple of musicians in our community.
Just a couple.
So we're writing this, we're kind of putting it together. It's relatively simple. I'm going to play the intro, if my hands will let me. And you've been hearing me noodle on it a little bit. So I'm going to play the intro of it, and then we'll see if it can be played before Beltane. So that's the goal.
You're going to sing too.
I do not sing, but I know some people that do. But we do have lyrics. There's your intro, and then for our dancing around the fire, okay. progress. There you have it.
Okay, everybody, so some of you know one of my lineages is Cajun French. And several years ago, I came upon the Cajun version of The Night Before Christmas. Now, first of all, I've got to warm up because speaking like a Cajun uses muscles that you don't normally use. The other thing being, I'm going to be channeling my Momo, who she had a Cajun accent, but she got an Ozarkian drawl with it, which thank goodness for you guys, because full-on Cajun, you would not understand a word I was saying. Funerals and weddings were interesting when I was a kid. So anyhow, I'll do the best I can, and hopefully you will find yourself entertained. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, they don't a thing pass, not even a mouse. The children been nuzzle, good snug on the floor, and Mama passed the pepper through the crack in the dough. Then Mama in the fireplace done roast up the ham, stir up the gumbo, and make bake the ham. Then out on the bayou, they got such a clatter. Done sound like old Boudreaux, done fall off his ladder. I run like a rabbit, to got to be the door, trip over the door, and fall on the floor. As I look out the door, in the light of the moon, I think, man, you crazy, or got old too soon. Cause there on the bayou, when I stretch my neck stiff, there's 8 alligator a-pulling the skiff. And a little fat drover with a long poling stick, I knew right away, got to be old Saint Nick. More faster and faster, the gator they came. He whistled and hollered and called them by name. Hi, Gaston. Hi, T-Boy. Hi, Pierre and Alcie. Jean-Nanette, G-Suzette, Celeste, and Renee. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Make crawl, alligator, and be sure you don't fall. Like Tant Flo's cat, through the tree top he fly, when the big old hound dog come a russin' hisself by. Like that up the porch, them old gators they climb, with a skiff full of toy and St. Nicholas behind. Then on top the porch roof, it sound like the hail, when all them big gator done saw down they tail. Then down the chimney I yell with a bam, and St. Nicholas fall, and he set on the yam. Sacra, he exclaimed, my pant got a hole. I done sat myself on them red hot coal. He got on his foots and jumped like a cat out to the floor, where he land with a splat. He was dressed in muskrat from his head to his foot, and his clothes is all dirty with ashes and soot. A sack full of those playthings he trod on his back. He looked like a burglar, and that's for a fact. His eyes, how they shine, his dimple, how merry. Maybe he been drink the wine from Blackberry. His cheek like a rose, his nose like a cherry. On second thought, maybe he lap up the sherry. With snow white chin whisker and a quivering belly, he shook when he laughed like them strawberry jelly. But a wink in his eye and a shook of his head made my confidence that I don't got to be scared. He done do no talking, gone straight to his work, put playtang in the sock, and then turn with a jerk. He done bought his hand there atop of his head, cast an eye on the chimney, and then he done said, with all that fire and them burning hot flame, me ain't going back by the way that I came. So he run out the door and he climbed to the roof. He ain't no fool him for to make one more goof. He jump in his skiff and crack his big whip. The gator moved down and don't make one slip. And I hear him shout loud as a splashing he go, Merry Christmas to all, till I saw you some more.
And a pinnacle in a pear tree.
That's a little elf.
With a big surprise.
Good solstice season to you all.
And you.
Yes, indeed, I am an elf. My name is Sandy. And as you can tell by the bell on my hat, I'm a senior administrative elf. So I can give you the formal greeting. Ho ho! Only the big guy gets to do the triple. But as a senior administrative elf, I get to do the double. Ho ho. Base manager level, the singleton, and floor workers, they just give a silent wave. So, I'm actually an executive assistant, and I've been magicked down from the far north to fetch back a certain quantity of jubal ale for the big guy. He likes the good stuff. Thing is, people up in the far north, beings up in the far north, do tend to drink a bit. Chilly up there. The thing is, there's nothing good to drink up in the far north. Hence my special mission to bring back some jubal ale. And if you haven't tried it, it's about the best winter out there. Anyway. So, yeah, drink. Elves. Anybody here ever work with elves? Anybody elven curious? Well, the thing is, up at the far north at the workshop, the elves like to drink. But since there's nothing good to drink, they are compelled by necessity to brew their own pruno, or hooch, or garbage bag, whatever you want to call the stuff that's made in barracks and prisons and workshops in the far north. Whatever is fermentable, yes, now. That's why it's called pruno. But anyway, in the far north, what the elves have is last year's unwanted fruitcakes, which we have an abundant supply. And if you know about brewing, they take those fruitcakes, mash them up, a lot of fermentable sugars in there, ferment that, strain it through old Christmas stockings, and that's what they drink. Gets them a bit unruly. Not too bad, because, they know how to handle their hooch. But the thing is, on occasion, especially this time of year, getting close to the deadlines, everyone's a little frazzled. They use their beverage to wash down those white-speckled, red-capped magic mushrooms they use to get the reindeer to fly. And that tends to make them a little more unsettled, and keeping them on task is sort of like herding feral cats. But that's what we do, and that's part of why I'm down here now. speaking of down here now, in the upcoming holiday when all our efforts from the year will be sent forth out into the world, the big guy in the sleigh with the deer and all that stuff. As a senior administrative elf and executive assistant, I assist with the bookkeeping of the giant tomes of Naughty and Nice. Naughty and Nice. Now for little kids, Naughty and Nice is pretty straightforward. It's very simple. But you get into a Naughty and Nice for adults, it gets a little complicated. As some of you may be aware, because you have naughty, you have nice, you have nicely naughty, and naughtily nice, and so on and so forth. So we have to kind of do a little, wait, point, counterpoint. So take, for example, Jaden in Portland. Okay? He's a solid young man, young adult, and he rides a bicycle. Nice, yes? Good gear, good equipment, nice. Okay. Unfortunately, Jaden rides at night in dark clothing with no helmet, no lights, does not follow the traffic rules. Naughty, 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 naughty. But he's an organ donor, so... But like I say, it's a little complicated. Anyway, best wishes to you all for your Yule, solstice, etc., and blessings for a new year. And I may be on the sleigh as well, so I may see you later, but you probably won't see me. Thank you very much.
Pagan sing, are you listening? Altars set, candles glisten. It's a magical night we're having tonight, dancing in a wicked wonderland. Queen of heaven is in her place, triple goddess is now the crone face. Above and below, she's the goddess we know, dancing in a wicked wonderland. In a circle we can light a Yule fire and await the rising of the sun. It's the great wheel turning for the new year, loaded with abundance and great fun. Blades are high, censers smoking, God and gods we're invoking. Through elements five we celebrate life, dancing in a wicked wonderland. Now in the circle we can light a Yule fire and await the rising of the sun. It's great.
With abundance and great fun. Now the God.
Okay. That last one we were still doing a verse and we're doing the chorus. So I'm not sure what
Above
happened.
and below, he's the horn god you know,
Dancing in a wicked wonderland. God rest ye merry pagan folk, let nothing you dismay. Remember that the sun returns upon this solstice day. The growing dark is ended now and spring is on its way. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. The winter's worst still lies ahead, fierce tempest, snow and rain. Beneath the blanket on the ground, the spark of life remains. The sun's warm rays caress the seas to raise life songs again. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Within the blessed apple lies the promise of the Queen. For from its pentacles shall rise then orchards fresh and green. The earth shall blossom once again, the air be sweet and clean. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
We ended in the same key, but we did not start there.
jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha, ha, ha. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
The last of the Yule logs burning down. Happy sun return.